Welcome back everyone to the Roberts Center here in Wilmington, Ohio for the FargoRate Ohio Open. We are ready for this amazing matchup between Kazakis from Greece and David Alcaide from Spain. The commentators for this match will be Mark White and myself, Tim de Ruyter. How are you doing, Mark?
Yeah, good. As you said, looking forward to this one. Well, it's a repeat of a very famous final, which I'm sure we'll get to talk about a little bit later. Here we go then, Kazakis from Greece. Kazabubu, as he's known. Breaking off first race to 4.
Yeah, so the format is we're playing 2 races to 4, and if both players win 1 set each, we will go to the already famous shootout as a decider. And big break from Alex. Nice open layout. Didn't manage to get something on the 1. Does have a couple safety opportunities. Might be able to bank the 1 ball over behind the 10 and get the cue up behind the 7. Could also play quite aggressive and go for the cross corner where the 4 is. And get the cue ball to have position on the 2 behind the 7-8.
Yeah, smart shot, but good he didn't make the 4 ball there because it'd have been put back in.
Yep. So besides that, we're having also a 30-second shot clock with both players having 1 extension each. So there's no slow play here. They're under the gun.
He's in a spot of trouble here, El Matador, isn't he?
Yeah, tough to get to the 1. Might have to maybe push the 9 and the 5 together. Something like that. It's either that or jack up and try to jump over the... Yeah, maybe he was trying to push the 2 and the 3 together, but that was too soft. So first open opportunity for Kazakis. We're also playing Pro Billiard Series rules. That means that early 10 balls are allowed as long as you hit the lowest number ball on the table and you call the 10. Does count as a win, just not on the break.
Yeah, I think we are going to hear a few beeps from the shot clock though throughout the afternoon because Alex, you know, no offence, isn't known as one of the quickest players on the circuit. Very methodical, I think is fair to say.
Yeah, he's... I knew a couple of years ago, like quite some years ago, he used to struggle a little bit with shot clock, just because he really liked to take a lot of time around the table and settle down. But now he's had a lot of experience last couple of years to like get used to it. I mean, of course, he's played World Pool Masters, Mosconi Cup, which is a great experience too. It adds to the whole experience.
Yeah, if you can play under a shot clock in Mosconi atmosphere, you can play anywhere. Really, you can. Nothing like it. Now, you see that home burger on his shirt there, one of his sponsors? That's actually his brother's company. Kind of nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think all the players deserve to have at
a
least
hamburger?
a couple people that helps out with finances, like a couple sponsors, you know, good sponsors. I mean, I think there's a lot of players out there that actually deserve to have the support. So not much to do here. Just gonna play top spin, come off the rail and shoot the 8 inside. Little draw and then probably 1 rail down for the 10 in the bottom right. take the opening game.
You might hear a bit of noise in the background. That's because we have the Ohio State Championships going on, the CSI BCA League Championships. 50 bar box tables in use, so you'll hear a little bit of noise occasionally.
And Alex Kazakis takes the first game here in this winners round match between him and David Alcaide. And this could go all the way. I mean, it's fair to say that both players are pretty close to each other in game. Both played Mosconi Cup, has reached a lot of high finishes in almost every tournament. US Open, quarterfinals, World Championships. So
yeah, Masters champion, of course, against Shane Van Bonen. He also lost, well, that man has won 3 Masters titles, I believe, and one of them was against the man he's playing here, Alex Kazakis, in that famous 9-ball finish. 2017, something like that? Maybe 2009, no, 2019, I think.
Let's see if he can produce another break like that. Not a bad break, just a little timid. Not much of a pop going on there. Last break he did a little bit more. It was a little, you see the cue ball didn't, like just a small hop. You could see there was the 2 balls to the side pockets were too slow. No result. And I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think he's left the 1 ball. So David grabbing his jump cue here.
You mentioned the word timid. That's not your nickname, is it?
No.
On a pool table when you break?
I'm not timid at all, trust me. So, quite attacking. Wants to gain control, so he took his jump cue out. And this was, I mean, either make it and be in a really good position to get your first game on the board, or miss it and have your other guy, your opponent, having a chance to run out.
Yeah, knocked the 4 ball in. It's not a foul. Just carry on.
Especially now the 4 has gone. If he can get from the 1 to the 2 here with the 3 and the 5 nearby, things will be looking good for Alex. Yeah, little draw here.
Alex is also a Pro Billiard Series winner. Won the title in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, yeah, in a very nerve-wracking shootout against Badr Alawadi. Great to watch. It was even more funny throughout the tournament. Like, he felt like he was playing horrible, and every match he would survive, he would come up to me and say, I don't know how I'm still in, you know? And then at the end he won, and he goes, I still don't understand how I won this tournament. Like, it was so fun, but he was just digging so deep. That's what he does. Like, he's a big fighter around the table. He has no give up. Like, he's hard on himself, but he's really like pushing himself to be the best too.
Yeah, and that's worth a lot of Fargo points, you know. That never give in mentality, so important. Gets you across the line when really you shouldn't sometimes, when your ability isn't quite living up to your heart.
I mean, it won him the tournament basically. Like, that's how deep he fought. So it's just probably one of his most hard-fought tournament, like, best results there must be.
He's only 18 years old, but that's why how he looks like he does. So on his way to a 2-0 lead here. He's looked good, Tim, when he's in the balls. Doesn't look like missing.
No, it's been looking quite comfortable. Nice, natural, calm speed around the table. Not too quick, just he does take his time, but in a smooth way. So he doesn't really, like, it's not too static. That's where people most of the time just lose time with the shot clock because they're trying to be so perfect and detailed, and they don't move around the table and find the rhythm.
It's very charismatic, I always think, walking around the table.
Yeah, came a little straight on this 9, so some
Oh,
drawing.
look at that.
He hit
Beautiful.
that nice. Could really see the acceleration of the cue ball. It stopped and then it got there.
Grip that cloth.
Yeah, so this 10 ball for 2-0 lead. Good start from Alex Kazakis. We'll go for a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Alex Kazakis leading 2-0 over David Alcaide. Alex to break. Oh, you see a little bigger squat of the cue ball. More movement, and this is one of the reasons how he made the 2 on the side. David hasn't seen the 2 ball in. little confusion.
David wanted to get up and play, but there's only 9 balls left.
Well, he probably grabbed his cue and go, oh, nope, nothing went. So Alex on the table, not with an open shot, but has a relative easy safety shot if he can bank the 1 ball to the short rail on the left behind the 5-4-8. Get the cue ball all the way down table, possibly behind the 10.
Very interestingly, just sat behind David Alcaide, there is another game going on, and it's his very good friend Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, and he's more or less always got one eye on that table as well, you know, and his concentration is sort of split between the 2 tables.
Yeah, they both watch each other while they're playing. I mean, they're obviously connected. They've been traveling together everywhere. They've been playing together, World Cup of Pool, many times. They're so connected, it's just natural to them. No, they really care about each other, you know.
Well, both playing for a first prize of $25,000, 15 to the runner-up. And it's because of great sponsors that we have such great prize money. And this particular tournament is sponsored by mainly FargoRate. Thanks, guys. Steve Ernst, Mike Page, 2 very, very great guys who came up with that system years ago.
Looks like a quite strong safety shot by David. Just not sure if there's a little edge of the 1 ball he could hit. If he could still hit the right side, then there would be a good safety. It looks like he's jacking up, so he's probably trying to look for quite full contact, leaving the cue ball behind the 10 and bring the 1 ball up the other way. Hit that good. Does it have enough speed to get behind the 9? I think it does. Nice shot. Good shot from Kazakis.
Two-railer calls the side pocket. That's the standard shot from here. Might get close to this. Well, he hit it. That's all you can wish for.
But he's left another chance, another opportunity for Alex.
Yeah, look, Tim. Nice little stun over as well.
Yeah, I think he's got a nice small angle to where if he just draws the cue ball back, it's always going to run towards the 9 and just needs to make sure he plays the right speed. Yeah, hit that good. Good speed control. Looks like Alex has found the speed on the table real fast. Starting good in the beginning. Alcaide a little less.
He's playing like a Greek god at the moment, Mr. Kazakis. Beautiful stuff. Couldn't have hit that one any better.
So probably stunning the cue ball in between the 8 and the 7. Still quite forceful stun as he doesn't have a nice angle. He's still a little straight on the 3. Could also draw in between the 7 and the 8. His preference. I like to use the rail a little more sometimes. Nice, nice cue ball. One rail. Back up. Probably shooting the 6 ball in the bottom left corner pocket. Playing for the short side here. Yeah, just getting from the 8 to the 9 could be a little trouble. That's why this is important. Need to set himself up nicely. Just a little follow to get straight on the 7 would be nice.
It's strange, isn't it? Because position on the 9 started on the 6, because you've got to get right on the 7 that leads you to the 8 in order to get from the 8 to the 9. It's people often think, how many shots ahead are you thinking? It's sometimes 3.
Yeah, most of the time it's 3. But I mean, I know people that like really think about 4 or 5 sometimes, because they really gotta think the whole pattern through in case there is some trouble on the table. So little stun over, soft. Oh, was it? Oh, he was trying to play position for the side, which I didn't expect. If he rolled a little bit forward, he could have went long rail in between the 9 and the 10. Now he might have to settle down for just a longer cut on the 9. Top left on the 8, and as Darren would say, take the medicine. He might be going over. Big stroke.
What a shot.
Just risky to not get behind the 10. There was the big risk. Going to this side of the table was always going to be, yeah, the risk to get behind the 10. I mean, does he have the real first?
I think he might.
I think so. Maybe a little messy around it. A lot of left spin. If you play it soft too, it has a bigger chance to still drop if you hit it not perfect.
Wow, he got away with that, didn't he?
Yeah, just got enough, just got far enough to still go real first. And well, not only the easy games, also the hard games he's running out. So this is to go on the hill in the first set. Very strong so far. Alex Kazakis going up 3-0 over David Alcaide.
Have you ever heard or ever met a raccoon hunter? I stood talking to one, and there is big money in it. I met a guy here. There's a big hunt going on in Ohio at the moment. The guy's come here. He saw there was something going on at the hotel and came to watch some pool.
Good.
which I thought was very interesting. And he's in a tournament, and there's $100,000 is the prize money. They don't kill anything. It's nothing. It's not hunting per se. They just have to spot them, and they get so many points for spotting so many raccoons. So nice to meet you, Steve from Kentucky. He said he's going to be watching when he's in his room. So hi to you. Right, Kazakis hunting the first set on the hill.
Again, not a big squat of the cue ball. And that 7 ball came too high, and it just limits the options. He's like limiting his break a little bit. And see, not a big hop of the cue ball, and quite okay. I mean, not a horrible look for David. Quite some safety shots going on here. Could get behind the 3. Could run the cue ball up to the other side of the table. So a couple different shots here.
Wow.
He might have left.
There's a gap, I think. Maybe not.
Well, the thing on the other side is too that there might be a gap, but it might not be the exact same, like the exact spot where he wants to hit it. It's always the risk. You see, if he hits the 1 ball a little bit too thick, there's a big scratch, so makes no sense. He's probably calling the 1 ball in the side, hit it straight in the face, and if he banks it up to the 9 ball, it will go in the side. And then if he doesn't make it, the 1 ball will always go up table, and the cue ball stays low.
It's a long jump.
Oh, not far off, and
oh, he's left it.
Under hit it a little bit too. The cue ball didn't really stay where he hit it, and also cut it a little bit more. And we see runs into the 6, and open shot for David. Hasn't had many of those, so, and it's last call too for this set. Good starter. Yeah, called the 9 ball. Yeah, make the 9 ball just soft, pushing the 2 ball towards the corner, and just like that. Left himself a kind of straight shot on the 2, but drawing back around where he is right now would be okay, just to get a little nicer on the combo. If he doesn't mind, he could play a stop shot or just get a little off the rail and take a longer one, but this is more my preference.
Just slightly a little bit awkward here because he'd love to be straight up, but he's okay. Yeah, controlled it well, hit it a little bit harder. Very nice.
Looking pretty wide open here. Not much more to do. Can either stun over a little bit or draw a little bit back. It's just such a big difference. If he can run this out and maybe have a good break, he can get himself back into the set. Probably playing 2 rails here. Stun left. Yeah, good job on leaving himself a nice angle to go to the 10. Sometimes they get on the wrong side and could be quite tough, but he did nicely, and he's just looking to go 3-1.
All about making it as easy as possible, isn't it? Without having to get too much travel on the cue ball. Makes such a difference. And he goes first rack on the scoreboard for David Alcaide. So let's have a quick look around the room, Tim, just while we're waiting for the referee, John Lehman, to rack the balls. Justin Martin, he's up against Francisco Sanchez-Ruiz. And Justin, the American, having a pretty good run, actually, has taken a 2-1 lead in that particular match. And then elsewhere, we have Ko Pin-Yi is 3-1 down to Sharik Saeed from Singapore. Dennis Grabet is 3-2 up against Jori Virtulanta from Finland. Bart Schupler is 1-1 with Michigan's Jeremy Seaman. And Albin Ocean has taken a 3-1 lead over Ekland Kachi. Breaking off then. There's Bart Schupler in your background, as you saw there. Breaking off, David Alcaide trails 3-1.
Yeah, breaking from the side now. After we've seen Alex having not too many bad breaks from the center, side to break from the side makes the 1 ball.
Just giving it a bit of hip English to try and get that 2 ball away from the cue ball, but look, just come and spoil it. There it comes. Yeah,
it's quite unlucky. Does have a good safety option though, but if you keep having to play safe all the time, it's just so tough. He's probably a little messy, get behind the 3 and the 4. But it's just you cannot hide all the time. At some point, it has to just go your way, and you have to be able to shoot.
Oh, there's a gap.
Oh, and he's leaked that.
I'll tell you what, can he bank this?
Well, the 2 and the 8 might be blocking from here, blocking enough to bank it short. Depends on how throws they are together. From here, it looks like they don't go. Of course, he could still bank the 2 ball wide and just play safe.
Yeah, as you said, nice safety.
Yeah, so cue ball on the rail, long 2 ball, and you don't want to go forward. You actually want to go back for the 3. So tough to play. At least stop the cue ball. So quite low. Yeah, that's
wow.
That's why it looked so wild too. Look at
this.
It's
like a horse race. Well played, David Alcaide. I never thought of that one.
Oh, look at the 2 ball.
A hop, a skip, and a jump.
Yeah, definitely not what he was going for, but he won't complain.
Oh, that woke up anyone that was sleeping.
And Alex might be kicking over the 6 ball here, because I don't really see anything else. Call this extension, but could he go long rail, short rail? Oh, he's going the other way. Short rail, long rail. Can he make the angle so small? Oh, he has to go so close from the long rail to the 2, so near by that 3 ball. This is such a small gap. If he wants to make it, if he just wants to hit the 2 ball, he's got a little more room, but yeah, that's why he was really trying to hit the left side of the 2. So.
Oh, that was nice. Did you see that? As Alex Kazakis walked past David Alcaide, David gave him a little pat on the shoulder and said, "Unlucky, mate," and then words to that effect. That was kind of nice.
Yeah. So, like I said before, David won the last game. If he has a good break, you know, like he could really get himself back in here. This is far from over yet, especially if he can go a little forward on this, make a 4 on the side and stun over for the 5 ball in the top left corner. Here here bottom left corner on this view. Then all the hard work is done, and decided to go to a little bit more, and he's left himself more angle on both sides. The wrong angle if he wants to shoot it in the corner, going to the right long rail, and quite a lot of angle when he wants to cut it in the side. Then he will need to use the short rail on this right side on this view. Yeah, and he was trying to play there with a lot of inside and push the cue ball more out and overcut the 4. See again. Pushes the cue ball out more and he overcut it. And he has left Alex quite a tough shot. Might be able to cut it in the side and go around the 7 and the 10, around the 6, which is tough. Very tough shot. Yeah, he took the gamble and he hit the 7 on the way there, so it's another big shot.
7 went in as well, but that doesn't matter. He called the 4 ball, and so long as you make the ball that you call, it's okay.
So a long shot. And he cannot hit it firm. He just has to play a little left and run into the 8 or go past it just like this, and he's missed the 5.
He's left a toughie for David Alcaide. Tony Robles has taken a 2-1 lead. Oh, he's just gone 2-2 now with Wojtek Szewczyk from Poland. And Tony will be in the commentary box with me at 7 p.m.
Oh, and he caught that too thick. Yeah, he did move a little bit on there too, and not a comfortable shot it was too. It was tough.
It's one of your friends playing on the stream at 7. Alexa Pachel will be playing against Hong Kong's Robbie Capito. I'm sure you'll be ringside for that one, Tim.
Yeah, I'm not doing the commentary on that one, but I'll be around for sure, following the scores and the live action, of course. So he's probably going to cut the 5 ball to the left. Oh, he could see it full. Oh, wow, that's
Beautiful
a beauty.
shot.
I didn't know he could see that much, but that's a beauty.
Kazabubu, the banker.
See, it was not much room past the 6. He made it work.
Let's come up with another plan. Probably play the 9 into the same pocket, Tim.
Yeah, has 2 options. Could go top right, use a short rail to come back up, or stun over. Probably expect him to stun over because he could leave himself a high angle on the 9. Just like this, leave himself on the high side. Could go either 1 rail or 2 rails. Could go top with a hair of left spin, or stun a little bit in the center, the cue ball, to go 2 rails towards the short rail on this side. Played the inside spin, did that nicely, and David Alcaide gave him the opportunity, and he's taking this to win the first set. Alex Kazakis wins the first set 4-1 over David Alcaide. We'll go for a short break. Stay tuned for set number 2. And welcome back here, FargoRate Ohio Open, CSI Predator US Pro Billiard Series. And we see both players are not in the arena right now, so we can get to talk about Puerto Rico.
Yeah, let's talk about Puerto Rico. Oh, look, there's Mr. Lucatus. Hello, give us a wave, Mr. Lucatus. Come on, give us a wave. Come on, give us a wave. He's looking, but he won't wave. Yeah!
Yeah, nice player, nice guy. Won the Pro Billiard Series event in Germany. Yeah.
We're playing wave cam, not kiss cam. There's no one next to him.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, and here we have Fedor Gorst. Oh, we're getting everyone in the crowd.
Oh, look, there's Mr. Vincent Rochefort. He hasn't got a camera in his hand for a change.
Yeah, so CSI also running the Ohio State Championships here on 50 Apex 7-foot bar tables. Predator put them all in, and they're going to do the same thing in Puerto Rico, which I expect will be a great event.
Yeah, there's so much going on, isn't there? We have the Pro Billiards event, we have the World 8-Ball Championships, we have the juniors, 2 sets of junior tournaments, the ladies tournament. It's going to be absolutely epic, and I'm going there on Monday.
Not bad, not bad. Here we have Alex just entered the arena. We're just waiting. I think David will be in the arena soon too. So can't wait to see set number 2 here.
Here he comes.
Hope to see David pick up a little bit more feel for the table, and hasn't played a great first set, so
yeah, he gets to break off this time because Alex broke in the first set, but it is winner breaks from now on.
So there we go, breaking from the side. Nice square hit. The one got kissed away.
Plenty on the move. The one ball's going to go in the side, is it?
Maybe.
Yes, it is.
No.
Go on. Oh.
Well, the problem was the beginning already, that you can see the one ball got kissed away even before it got there. You see, it was not even close. So, would like to see him move the cue ball a little bit on the next break.
Oh, that one ball went so close. If I was playing him now, I'd let him have that. I'd just go and tap it in for him.
And the worst thing is the 1, 2, and 3, 5 combination are very near, and then after that it's wide open. Oh, well,
he can break him out here, can he?
No.
No?
No. He's too far off, has too much angle. So he might have to play for another bank shot on the 3. If he can hold, if the cue ball goes out too much, there will be no bank. So he has to really just roll this in a lot of spin maybe and get close.
Is the 3 ball close enough to play it off the 3 or not?
I was thinking about that, but it's kind of, there's enough rail in between of those, so he really has to crush it before. I think he was playing for either the safety or the bank. And the bank now is also a little wide. Not sure. He might be able to stun with a lot of right spin and twist it in, but it's usually a shot we see when players start to play bank pool, but not in rotation.
Can you do one of them where you bank it across twice into the same pocket?
Well, like just 3 rails?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he can, but under these circumstances, not too sure.
I thought I was watching artistic pool for a second there. Wrong week.
Yeah, what else do you do here? Yeah, he's maybe just banking over the 3, 2 rails. Bring the cue ball up to the 4. Oh, he's called something in the corner. Yeah, he might be carrying into the 4. I think that's what he's calling. Just in case. Oh, needs the 3 to be tied up with the 5.
Oh, has he had a result? I think he might just have cut off the potting angle. He's raised his hand, so I think it's not on.
Yeah, this looks like David can definitely see a piece of it, but not enough to make it. So there's a safety shot. He can thin.
I'm calling the 10. I'm calling the 10 ball here and go for the safety.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, I mean just two-way and then get the cue ball in between the 8 and the 10, back up table. You bank the 3 ball over towards the 8. That's the idea, the main idea. But it's a tough shot, not easy. You might bank the 3 ball into the 10 with a lot of left.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I was thinking if you hit it bad with the cue ball. Oh, he was trying
Oh,
to...
what a great shot this is. Is that how he played it, Tim?
Yeah, I think he called the 10 ball and trying to carry the cue ball into the 10 and then get the 3 ball up table. That might be what he was trying to do. I mean, that's a great shot. It was not too far off either. I mean, it's not much.
Whoa.
Well, Alex is in a tough spot here.
Clever shot when you think about it, wasn't it?
Yeah, typical carom shot, typical 3 cushion shot he played there. I know he used to work with Sanchez, Danny Sanchez before. So I know he knows some stuff about the rails and the timing and the kisses around the table. He has the feel. So, and he got what he deserved. He got ball in hand and open layout here.
He's also played a bit of snooker as well, David Alcaide, I was reading. Very good. I think he's been Spanish snooker champion, I think I read. Yeah. So he's a bit of an all-rounder, plays carom as well.
Yeah, I remember him and Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, they both entered the European Championships in snooker. Just to try and see it, gain some experience. And I remember Sanchez, I think he finished 3rd on that. The winner gets a ticket for the main tour. So it was quite impressive. They both did really well. Oh, and left himself a little awkward. Only has 5 seconds left.
Nicely played.
So now needs to go forward and stun off the 7 in between the 8 and the 10.
Checking the angle he's got. From the expression on his face, he's a little bit straight on this. Would love to just come. He's got a slight angle, I think, but he's going to have to force it across twice, I think.
Well, he might have to go a lot of topspin and go in between the 8 and the 10 still. Use the rail, one rail in between the 8 and the 10. Oh, doesn't want to run into it.
Well, or does he?
Worked out just good enough, but took the risk. He got rewarded, so let's get back on track.
This is a winner's side match, so whoever goes on to lose this particular match won't be out. They've got another chance in the double elimination. They'll go to the one-loss side. Justin Martin, 3-2 ahead against Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. Also another winner's side match.
Yeah, a little on the rail for the 10, not finding the speed yet. And also interesting results. Sharik Sayed is up 1 set against Copigny. Very interesting, but David Alcaide here takes the first game against Alex Kazakis. And he needs to get going here to have the opportunity to go to a shootout. Because Alex so far has been looking quite good.
Yeah. 4-1 first set, didn't really get many chances, David.
Also, Eklund Kaci won his first set over Albin Ushan. Wojciech Jevcik won his first set over Tony Robles.
Yeah, Tony, it's still or die for him, but the competition's loss will be our gain because it means he can be able to come in and do a lot more commentary with us if he does go out of the tournament.
He must like that more, right? Come on. So, David breaking from the same spot, I think. And again, the one ball got kissed away. Quite surprised that he didn't really move much with the cue ball. Broke from the same spot, and see the one ball went and got kissed again. Came up dry and a shot on the one.
Tony was explaining about the break when the one ball keeps getting kissed by the corner ball. He says you need to move the cue ball slightly. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Either a little bit more to the back or a little bit more to the inside, because it changes the timing. So the one is maybe a little bit slower, then the wing ball gets a little faster. That's what you're trying to figure out. Or the wing ball, the corner ball.
Mm-hmm.
So low left, 2 rails. Just to watch out for the scratch. Just to watch out for the scratch.
He didn't hear you. Shout it louder. You need to watch out for the scratch, Alex.
I mean, it was tough to get on the 2, but still he's had one more diamond on the first rail where he hit it, on the second rail, sorry, to get towards the 9. So he hit that a little poorly, and well, this way, okay, David could really battling into this match. Starting to play a little faster too. Still tough layout, especially 3 to the 4 to the 5. If he ends up in the center of the table on the 4, things might get real tough because he has to run into the 8.
I thought he was going to start rapping then, the 3 to the 4 to the 5.
I don't do rapping. I just play pool. So low right, really might have to go 3 rails. Long rail, and then back to the other side of the 6 on the long rail. It's tough. Oh, and
flirting with danger. And he's found it. He's found it. He can't see this, I don't think. Jump cue.
Oh, and I was expecting him to go to the other side of the 6 ball. So you still had one more diamond on the second rail, and so this is tough. Also the guy on the 5 ball. Put some draw, very low in the cue ball. Yeah, and there was definitely enough spin on the cue ball, but failed to make the 4. And did he get any lucky?
No, he hasn't. Just not quite at the races today. I want you to explain something to me. See David Alcaide there still using the older jump cue. Why would he not? Is it that you just get comfortable with a particular jump cue and you just don't want to change it? Or
well, there's a lot of players that really like to stay, like they keep using the thing which were successful in like matches they remember. Like I play with a wood jump cue instead of the carbon. Why? Because I've had really nice memories with this one, so it gives me confidence.
Is it like a girlfriend to you? Is it your cue?
Might be, yeah. I mean, that's not what she likes to hear, but yeah. No, but it just...
You're two-timing.
No, it's the same with a lot of players. Like they could easily play with a carbon fiber shaft, but they just choose to go back to the thing they trust the most, and that's the wood shaft. Which could be identical, but they would still just go to that one thing that gives them more confidence.
Once again, education mixed with a bit of entertainment. Oh, he didn't call it.
Oh, I think he did. I just don't think.
Oh, he did call it.
He was probably expecting to hit the 7 or the 10, and
Oh
he
no!
goes.
Oh no! Oh yes, David. Oh yes.
So here we get to see another jump.
He's sticking with the wood.
Yeah. Oh. And he's had
completely left this.
quite the opportunities to go 2-0 up, but it could be a massive momentum change here. Hit it actually pretty good with the draw and everything, just aiming wise. Could be because of the shot clock, you don't get that much time to line up correct. And Alex will like this.
Sanchez Ruiz 3-3 now with Justin Martin. Hill in that first set.
Yeah, made sure he didn't have an angle towards the 10. Left a nice angle towards the top long rail. Good play with stun left. Going to the left side of the 8. Oh, would not like to be on the rail. Little nervy shot this, because you actually want to have the cue ball to go to the left. But if you're gonna put more spin, it's gonna turn more on you. So this shot can get really ugly, and you're on the rail too, which means awkward cueing too.
Nicely stroked in. Was a nice stroke.
Decided not to use that much spin, just to make the ball with a little bit to straighten up. Well, this is the next challenge. This is why I would have liked to be a little bit off the rail and get more straight on the 9. So he has to probably play with top spin, go 2 rails, long rail, long rail. Oh, nice shot. Straight in the hole in this stem ball to take the score 1 each.
There's Karim Bajal in the eyes, in the background. Look, here he is, the big boss.
Yeah, referee John Lehman here, ready to rack the balls. The Predator Arcos II balls with the Predator arrow rack for Alex Kazakis to break the balls in rack number 3.
I sold one of those racks during the break. There he is, the man that makes it all happen, puts his money where his mouth is. Self-made man. It's not like he was born into luxury or wealth. Went to college, went to university, studied hard business, and now he's the head of the largest cue company in the world. And also now tables and lights and everything else you can think of, pool associated. Alex Kazakis then breaking off to go into the lead in this second set. They're level, 1-1.
Yeah, breaking from the center. Doing what was working in the first set. Nice pop.
Look at that.
Nice pop from the cue ball, and the 6 went straight in. Good break. And he's made a 10 ball
okay.
too.
Get out of the way, 8 ball. Get out of the way.
Oh, wow. This worked out great. Wonderful break here.
I honestly don't know why more people aren't breaking from the centre, because I've personally seen more success from breaking from the centre,
well, especially this
than
week.
the side. Yeah.
This week I've been seeing a lot of good breaks from the center. So just top spin will get him a nice angle on the 2. Oh, well, just enough.
What are the problems here?
Oh, might have to travel a little bit more from the 4 to the 5, which he could do with 3 rails forward. And then, well, it's just a little back and forth, getting up table for the 8, getting up table for the 7, but then having to shoot the 8 in the side. That's the tough cookie in this rack. again would like to leave himself an angle on the 4, which, well, he could stun left and get more straight on the 5. But then the risk is to get behind the 9. So if he goes around the 7, he needs to get in the center of the table to have either way.
Ooh,
He
checked
almost
it up.
overcut. And where's the cue ball going to end up?
That was a brave shot, that was.
Oh, it just worked out, but
I expected it to swing round 2 rails out into the centre of the table,
Yeah,
but he checked it up. Watch this.
yeah.
Watch off this rail. Checks right up in between the 2.
Well, this way it was always going to be guaranteed to have a nice angle on the 4. But there was a little bit more risk of kissing any balls. But he's just going to draw back for the 5 in the side as he got straight on the 4. And now a little bit more angle than he wanted to. So needs to travel using the short rail again. Yeah, could do with just top spin, maybe top spin and a little bit of inside. So right spin on the cue ball to go short rail, long rail, always towards the 7. Can also stun the cue ball if he wants, going short rail, long rail, back up. I think top spin would still be okay. He's playing stun. He played that good.
Fabulous shot, Alex
Good speed
Kazakis.
as well. Just
Fabulous.
Yeah, he's got perfect. Left himself a great angle on the 7 to come back to the other side of the table.
It's a real feel shot, that one.
Well, especially because he's crossing his positional area, which makes the speed so much more important. He hit that really good. Like I said from the beginning, he has been looking like he had the speed down from the beginning of this match, of the table. So to the short side of the 8.
And he certainly is just stroking that ball around beautifully.
Now the only thing I'm wondering is, does the 8, is it comfortable enough to shoot it in the side, or is he just going to go 2 rails forward? Or does he have enough angle to stun off the rail?
Well, the cameraman's playing it safe. He's got both pockets in view here.
Yeah, nice force follow, 2 rails.
He wasn't going to commit himself.
Yeah, it was a good shot on the 8. Looked a lot easier than it was. And then these 2 balls to take the lead once again in this second set.
Yeah, beautifully played. Sanchez Ruiz 1 set up. And it's Kazakis 1 set up, of course, as we've already seen. Let's have a look around the room. Eklan Kachi 1 up and 2-0, and we're going to go for a break.
Here we are back. Alex Kazakis ready to break here. It's leading 2-1 over David Alcaide. Oh, another strong break, a little less pop than last time, and that's why the 6 ball came a little short. And this one looked nicer, but was a little less wild than the previous one, and it came up dry. You see, nicely controlled, but not that much hop on the cue ball. big game here for Alcaide. Needs to stay in the match.
No, I was going to say, you've played in this format a few times now. What is the feeling when you lose the first set? Are you thinking, damn, now the best I can get is a shootout?
Well, yes and no. I mean, you're aware of the fact that you're not in a great spot and you're probably going to go into a shootout if you play well the second one. And the other side, you know, that's like you still have the opportunity. It's not like you're going to be like, oh man, you know, and then in the shootout, like I'm like, if you come unprepared, yes. Like if you're not the favorite in the shootout, then you will probably get a little depressed. But if you're like fired up and you're like, man, if I can win the second set and go to a shootout, I can still win this match. Like it really depends on how you're prepared as well. To me, I'm really open to it. Like I don't mind doing the spot shots. I don't mind the whole sudden death. So to me, as long as I get there, I have a fair chance of winning. So a couple of good shots from David and solved all the hard work. Now 2 rails forward towards the 5 in the side pocket. Probably stop shot here. 6, bounce off the short rail straight to the 7 ball. So now it starts building up to travel from the 8 to the 9. That's the main thing coming for now.
Perfect angle on the 6, just to draw off the side route with some low right. You see that carbon fibre Revo shaft aiming low right on the cue ball.
Yeah, so is he able to stun the cue ball over to the other side of the 8 for the 8 in the right center pocket? Just like that. So he always has the angle to go towards the 9. Can choose to just let the cue ball run and maybe bump the 10. Can also choose to play more draw and stay on the left side, which would be a little tougher, but would be more safe. Yeah, play that nicely. Expect him to go draw here, draw with a little right.
You see it reverse side, so when it hits the rail it spins up, widens the angle nicely on the 10.
Yeah, and after a dry break from Alex, this is a nice out. Looks like David is fighting to stay in this match.
Yeah, we're 2-2. Jeremy Seaman from Michigan, from Battle Creek, where we held the Michigan Open. He actually lives just about a mile away from the Kellogg Arena, and well, he's beaten Bart Szupler of Poland 2-0 to advance. Well played, Jeremy Seaman. That was on the loser's side, so unfortunately for Szupler, he's out. Eklenkachi took the first set against Albin Ocean. He's on the hill in the second, so he's on his way to the next round. Albin Ocean will be on his way out.
David Alcaide to break. Alcaide needs a good break here. Needs to start breaking a little harder. I feel like he's been breaking. Oh, that 1 ball got kissed in to the side and oh, almost scratched. The 4 ball was playing with the cue ball there. Here we see the 1 ball went towards the side and then
did it get? No, it didn't get scratched.
The 2 bumped the 4 and the 4 thinned the 1 into the side.
Do you know what? We had that in the Tony match where it was only 1 ball hitting, and we called it like a face slap, like a swipe to the side.
It was
it
like
just
real
brushed
thin,
it in, yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, so, but still, no shot on the 2. This is quite a tough. It's quite a tough opener here. So play the push. At least in this way there's a couple safety options. He can bank the 2 ball over to the long rail where the 3 is and run the cue ball into the 9 to stay behind the 5 and the 7. I think that's my best option. Could also try to thin the 2 ball into the 9 and bring the cue ball back up to the other long rail. Running out of options. I think those are the 2 options I like, especially the first one because you can have a nice thin, nice thick contact on the 2. He played the second option and I think he played it nice. Probably the best result he could have had. There was no way he was gonna block any kicks, or like it was always going to be a 1 or a 2 railer on the 2.
He's got a standard 2 rail kick here, Tim, hasn't he? Get distance from the between the cue ball and the 2.
Yeah, he could also kick 1 rail into the left side of the 2 and get the cue ball out behind the 9 soft. The 2 railer, the problem, the tough thing with the 2 railer is that if he goes 2 rails and he hits it too full, the 2 will run into the 9. So
cool.
There's just a small part of the 2 which he can hit and have a good result with.
He's called the 2 in the called the 4, I think, in the corner.
Yeah,
that's what he called.
Oh, well, he's got the good side of the 2, and look at this.
Great shot.
That was not easy at all. There was a lot of things that could have went wrong, and Alex straight away grabbed the jump cue and called the 4. Needs a little draw on this. Not too much jump, not too much hops. Needs to land and then grab.
Oh,
See,
that was so close. So it's gone in the wrong pocket.
And he's left the 3 ball to the side.
Wow, it's a tough one though, isn't it?
See, momentum is slowly shifting. Alcaide is playing a little better, putting Alex in tough spots. And now momentum is slowly going Alcaide's way. If he knows how to run out this game, I would really favor him to go to a shootout.
Don't know what happened there. Problem with the clock.
Yeah, maybe just something in the crowd. No idea what goes on. But
well played under the circumstances. That was tight on the rail. Played it very nicely.
yeah, it was a tough shot. Looks always a lot easier than it is being on the rail. And now there is a 5-7 combination, which would open up the whole rack.
How things can change in a very, very short space of time.
Yeah, especially after the first set, I felt like Kazakis was playing so well that David would not get so close, but this is a good opportunity.
Dennis Grabet in a shootout with Ruyter from Finland. A local derby, that really, just 80 kilometres across the water, Estonia and Finland.
Yeah, another combination on the 9 here. 5-9 combo, cue ball on the rail. It's guaranteed to have a shot on the 5 if he plays it slow. Yeah, good shot. 5 ball was almost always going to stay there, except if he was going to hit the 9 really thin, which was tough to do. So stun left, probably playing 2 rails. If he plays 2 rails, if he just bounces on the second rail, he's always going to have a nice angle. We played forward, interesting way. Longer and more straight on the 6.
Kazakis has knocked out Albin Ocean in straight sets, 2-0.
So can he still run the cue ball off the rail? Or is he just going forward? For the 8 in the side or in the corner. Oh wow, he ginned that in. Very strong shot.
What a stroke. Alcaide going to get to the hill first in this second set, and he needs to.
There it goes. Up 3-2 over Kazakis, and he is going to go work his way up to the shootout.
Still a chance for Kazakis though, as the camera pans around the room. David has a quick sneaky peek over his shoulder where he will see his fellow countryman and very good friend Francisco Sanchez Ruiz in control in his match, a setup. Tony Robles in trouble, a set down.
Here we have him.
And 2 down.
Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, US Open champion. Just as focused as his buddy, David Alcaide.
And will make his debut as well. Who knows, maybe even with his 3-time Mosconi Cup appearance teammate.
Oh, and this could be very unlucky.
He could have left a 110 carom, are you talking about here?
Yeah.
You're not, are you?
Yeah, I am. Caught there a little bit thin. See, pushing all the balls to the same side, and just unlucky to leave this, because this is such a turning point. If Alex makes this and have a great break and runs out, that would be kind of brutal. But let's start with making this first.
Are you trying to go straight onto it, or do you want to come off the rail first and go make the 10?
So there's not so much room in between the 1 and the 10 to spin the cue ball off to increase the chance to make it. So in this case, I'm drawing in between, straight into the 10. And I am using left spin in case I hit a little bit on the thin side. Then I would twist the 10 ball to the right.
Well, he's called it.
Right spin, I'm sorry. Like this. Oh, he hit that beautiful.
Tremendous billiard shot there from Kazakis. We're heel. Unbelievable turn of events. When you're thinking, Alcaide's gone on the hill, he's breaking, doesn't make a ball, and unfortunately leaves not easy, but a very makeable 110 carom.
Yeah, that was quite unlucky for David, but brilliant shot from Kazakis. Played it perfect. Nice view. John Lehman making sure the balls are nice and tight.
Tight.
For Kazakis, breaking from the center. We've seen 2 different breaks the whole match. Is this going to be the break? Is this going to give him the victory?
We're going to find out very soon. He'll be looking to make one of those 2 balls, either the 4 or the 6. Sorry, the 9 or the 5.
9 goes in. 1 ball, is he going to stay in front of the side?
The rack was upside down, Tim.
Oh. I think that 1 ball just finished a little bit too far. See, nice pop. And yeah, just I think the 1 ball got a little bit too far.
Some people could have possibly just tuned in at that point and seen the 2 and the 3 on the corners, but that is not the way they have to be racked. It's just completely random, apart from the 1 and the 10, of course. Everything else can just be random. It just so happened in that particular rack, the 2 and 3 were the corner balls. The way that they play in WPA, I think. Is that correct?
Yeah. So.
You know the viewers can't hear you when you nod, don't you?
Oh, oops. So there's only one safety shot I see here. Is a thick contact on the 1. And then go to the short rail with a lot of left spin and go long rail all the way back behind the 5. Which is super tough. And the 1 is going to be random, but you just got to play a good cue ball. And the 1 ball is going to bank over 1 or 2 rails, just like this.
Yeah, this is a real snooker shot, this. You
And
see that played a lot in snooker.
Like I said, the 1 had to be a little random, and oh, he's played a beauty of a shot. Deserves all the credits for this.
But has he left a gap? No?
Not sure.
We might just see from
Looked
this
like
overhead.
the 7 was going to be in between. But there's a rail first, and if David can make it rail first, he's guaranteed to be on the 2.
Yeah, he's called the 1 dead in line there, you see.
I mean, guaranteed unless he plays it so hard that he gets behind the 10. That would be the risk.
Yeah, important shot, of course. Causes extension, wants a little bit longer to think about it. If he makes this, Tim, guaranteed to be on the 2.
Oh, and he hit that good. Just got a little straight on the 2 ball, but yeah, you can just have a look at his face. Like things are just not going like he wants it to go. It's tough.
Yeah, a little bit thinner, and he could have just bumped into that 2 ball, and it could have gone wrong. Played it to perfection, but unfortunately, as you say, dead straight.
Is he able to stun just a hair over? Oh, he forced his way out of there. Oh. But this is another tester. He has to make it and roll forward for either the 4 in the top left corner in this view or the top side pocket. Oh, he's missed it. That's such a big miss.
Calm character though, nice guy. Yeah, when on those shots, you're always you're afraid of the point, aren't you? And you make that extra little adjustment and end up hitting it wide.
Yeah, and if Alex can just go forward and stay off the long rail, that second long rail, David done all the hard work. Yeah, especially if you look at if he can get easy on the 6, stop shot on the 7, the 8 is next to the 10, it's just done and dusted.
Get off that rail though, doesn't want it on the rail.
Oh, things might get interesting here. Are there a couple nervous players here?
Is there a further twist to this tail? Oh, hit it beautifully. Perfect on the 6 ball.
Might have to go forward for the 7 in the side. Didn't get straight on the 6 to just float it in and shoot the 7 in the bottom left corner, but needs one more good shot. Good thing about this, if he rolls this in and gets for the 7 in the side, if he overruns it, he always has it in the top left corner. Oh, it's a friendly bump.
Oof.
Oh, and yeah, you can really feel the nerves are in here because usually those kind of shots are not such big of a problem, but you can feel it. He might have too much angle to hold the cue ball for the 8 in the bottom right corner, so he might be able to stun over to the short side of the 8. Let your stroke loose on these kind of shots. Don't try to hold the cue ball. It gets scary. Or you even played it up and down the rail. Played it well. Good shot.
Well, it looks like it's going to be over. And coming up next, 7 p.m, Alexa Pachel versus Robbie Capito. That's going to be another great game. I'm sure they all are at the moment.
Yeah, and then this 10 ball to advance to the next round and send David Alcaide to the loser bracket. Alex Kazakis beats David Alcaide 2-0 in sets and advances. With me in the booth was Mark White for this one. My name is Tim the Ruyter. Thank you all for watching and make sure you tune in at 7. Thank you.